Playmakers, the daily sports bulletin from the bridge that brings you the big news and the top plays from the world of Indian sports.
Hello and welcome to the Playmakers, our everyday live sports bulletin. My name is Rahul Kargal. On the Playmakers tonight, Gukesh has drawn Game 13 of the World Chess Championship, and the Indian men's and women's squad has entered the quarterfinals of the WSF World Team Championships. Our top story of the night comes from the Chess World Championships in Singapore, where Game 13 has ended in a draw. Both India's D. Gukesh and the champion Ding Liren now have 6.5 points each. Thursday is the final game, and the winner will be crowned the world champion. Should a draw ensue, rapid tiebreaks will decide the winner. News from badminton now, and at the BWF World Tour Final, Indian women's doubles pair of Treesa and Gayatri lost their first group game against Lu Zheng and Tan Ning of China on Wednesday. In what was a keenly contested game that lasted over an hour, the Indian pair was beaten by the world number one Chinese pair 22-20, 20-22 and 14-21 in a three-game thriller. Treesa-Gayatri will next be up against the world number 6 women's doubles pair of Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan of Malaysia in the second group game. Staying with badminton, Malaysian coach Tan Kim Her has returned to India for a second stint after being appointed as the doubles coach by the Badminton Association of India. Tan Kim Her, who was instrumental in pairing Chirag Shetty and Satwik-Chirag Rankireddy during his first stint with India, Tan will now focus on developing strong doubles partnerships and bench strength ahead of the 2026 Asian Games and the 2028 LA Olympics. Tan said, and I quote, "I'm very happy to be back in India and get a chance to work with Satwik-Chirag and also the young and talented group of doubles players." Elsewhere in cricket, the Indian women's cricket team suffered its third defeat against Australia in the third ODI at the Wacker in Perth on Wednesday. After having Australia down at 78 for 4 thanks to Arundhati Reddy's incredible spell, India failed to close the door, and the Aussies duly stormed back into the game and scored a mammoth total of 298, thanks to a brilliant century from Annabelle Sutherland, who was supported by Ashley Gardner and skipper Talia McGrath. In response, India's innings got off well thanks to a 100-run partnership between Smriti Mandhana and Harleen Deol, but after the two were dismissed, India lost the last 7 wickets for just 26 runs and eventually were bowled out for 215. Smriti continued her fine form in this format with yet another century, scoring a wonderful 105 of 109 balls, which included 1 6 and 14 boundary hits, and this ensured that she earned an accolade of the first woman to score 4 ODI tons in a single calendar year. But the 100 was in vain as India lost the third and final ODI, ending the 3-match series without a victory. In motorsport, the Indian racer Kush Maini has joined DAMS Lucas Oil to compete in the upcoming 2025 FIA Formula 2 season. The Indian driver has raced in Formula 2 for the previous 2 seasons, posting 1 victory and attaining 6 podium finishes in his time at the championship, securing the team's championship in the recently concluded 2024 campaign with Invicta Racing. In a strong junior career so far, Maini has impressed by posting wins in British Formula 3, and he also was the vice champion in 2020. Kush Maini said, and I quote, "I'm thrilled to be joining a team with such a strong pedigree and history in Formula 2 like DAMS Lucas Oil," unquote. Up next, we've got the play of the day. And finally, our play of the day comes from squash, where the Indian men's and women's squash teams moved to the quarterfinals in the WSF World Team Championships on Wednesday in Hong Kong, China. The Indian women's squash team entered the quarterfinals after 12 years, beating Australia 2-1 in a hard-fought game. Anahat Singh and Akansha Salunke won their respective games for India, while Nirupama Dubey was beaten. The last time the Indian women's team made it this far was back in 2012 when the tournament was held in France. In the men's match, India came from behind to defeat Malaysia 2-1 and they entered the quarterfinals as well. The tie started with Abhay Singh losing to Ian Eng 11-13, 9-11 and 5-11, and Malaysia duly took a 1-0 lead. However, Veer Chotrani and Velawan Senthilkumar won their matches against Mohammad Kamal and Sanjay Jiva to win the tie for India. The men's team will face France on Thursday, while the Indian women's team will take on the United States. And for making the quarterfinals cut at the prestigious WSF World Team Championships, the brave efforts of the Indian men and women squash players is our play of the day. And that's all that I have for you on the Playmakers tonight. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time we bring you the news live on YouTube. And do stay tuned to thebridge.in for our continued coverage of Indian sports. My name is Rahul Kargal. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.